the will of their father.
Bless him, Lord, yes.
But listen, I haven't come here to preach their funeral.
Come on.
I haven't come to preach their death or their burial. But I have come to preach, brother, a resurrection.
Yeah.
Jesus is the resurrection.
I'm called Jesus.
Yes, is the resurrection.
I began to write in one place. Paul began to say that. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Come on,
in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, brethren. At the last trump for the trumpet, it's gonna sound, brethren. Listen, and the dead's gonna be raised. And we shall be changed. I want you to understand, every little member of the G. Bennett Adams Church, every little family member that you've got in your heart and in your mind and in your memory, that's already dead and gone.
Come on now.
I want you to know that God knows them, where they're at, and listen, and He knows their name, and it's coming a day, brother, and He's going to call, and we're going to answer that final call. But I want you to know that it ain't just to the mighty, just to the wise, it's to every man and every woman, even Moses, when he brought the children of Israel out, brought them into the wilderness, led them through it for 40 years, and God come to Moses when he had already come across the wilderness, brother, and he pitched right there in the valley of Moab, looking across the river of Jordan, seeing that promised land. But God come and began to tell him, Moses, I want you to come up in the Mount Nebo. I'm going to show you, listen, that promised land, but you ain't going in there today. Moses, he went up on that mountain, and God let him view over into that promised land. I got news for you today. God's blessing me a little bit. I'm looking over a little bit further, Brother Clyde, than this old natural I can see. Listen, and the Bible said that God took Moses and He buried him, and I always preached it that He buried him, Brother Jason, right up on that mountain. That ain't even what the Bible said. He brought him right back into the valley, and He buried him right there among the children of Israel, and they didn't even know where he is buried. I wondered many times why that Moses was buried by God, but yet listen, the people didn't even know where he is, where his little grave site was at. There was nothing there, brother, and the Bible said, the Bible said that God buried Moses, and the children began to weep, and they began to mourn for 30 long days. But you know what? At the end of that 30 days, God made a call to them. God Almighty, He spoke unto Joshua, and He said, it's time now. They mourned and they wept long enough. It's time to move on. Our loved ones that are gone, it's a sad thing. It's a hard thing. No doubt the hardest thing you ever done was to bury that daddy of yours. But God wants you to press onward and look look upward. If God would have showed them where he buried Moses, no doubt they'd have built a little shrine. They'd have made a big temple out of it, and some of their hearts would have remained right there. But God had something better. He was moving them into the promised land. All these graveyards around here, even over in my part, you know what they do? They make me cling to them a little bit. But God keeps saying, look upward. The prize is in you. There is a better place. This world, it ain't my home. This world is not my home. I've got my eyes on the and that I want your children to come and meet me in a better land. This world, it's going to be the suffering until it lays us down. But God, he's promised to call my name of all mornings, and I'm going to answer that call. And you know what? Listen, God told Joshua, get ready, Joshua. You're going to bring the children right on across the river of Jordan. And brethren, and you know what? They done that as they started across. Listen, according to the word of God, God told them to do it in a certain fashion. And when they done that, listen, them old priests carrying all the holy oracles, brethren, they stepped down into that river of Jordan, and the waters parted. Oh, Lord, I know getting down to the river, getting right down to the edge, that's where the real battle's at. You know why I believe that? Because Jesus is right there. He's going to take me on.
To the other side.
That's going to be the easy part.
That is.
But listen, when the priest stepped into the river of Jordan, them waters parted, and all the children walked on dry land, all the way across. And God told Joshua, you pick you out 12 men, and you get a little rock down in that river bed, and you bring it up out of there. Listen, one man for each little stone you bring, and I can see them picking up rocks and putting it on their shoulders. Lord, if you've got a job to do, I'll tell you the greatest job you can do is pile up some stones. Show your loved one which direction you're going in. I know Sister Rosie has piled up some stones. I know your loved ones has piled up some stones. And that's what we are to do here, Brother Cullen. That old dad of yours, I'll tell you what, the last time I ever seen him alive, I went over to that little nursing home, and you know what he said to me? He said, Brother DARYL, when I die, preach to my children, tell them to meet me over home. Oh, Lord, listen to me, and those men, brought those stones and they piled them up on the other side. And listen, people began to say, what do these stones mean? It's a memorial. It's to show your children and tell your grandchildren that God brought you this way. And you know what? Here's the part that I really didn't understand for a while. After they got over into the promised land, 40 years ago they left Egypt and traveled through the wilderness. 40 years later they got into the promised land, and then God spoke unto Joshua, and he said, this day have I removed the reproach of Israel, listen, of Egypt from you. I thought they left it 40 years ago.
No.
But as long as they were outside of the promised land, the reproach of Egypt was still right on them. I got news for you, brothers. The reproach of sin is still right on us, brothers. It's right here, right here. No wonder Paul said that when this corruption shall put on incorruption, when this Lord shall put on immortality,
yes, sir.
Then it's going to be brought to pass the saying that
Come on now.
oh, death, where is thy sting? The victory is. And I want everybody to understand that. Even though they left Egypt 40 years ago, it wasn't until they got in the promised land that the reproach and the sting of Egypt was truly removed from them. I'm glad there's a better day coming. My hope, it's not of this world. But my hope, it's in one man.
Come on,
His name is Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
You know what? About 12 years, maybe 13, I don't even know. My mama died. Listen, I lived about 64 years in the church, maybe a little longer than that. But listen, she died, and they brought her down here to be buried. She's living up in Belleville, Michigan, and they brought her down, Brother Jason. And you know what? That very same week, the Pope died, the big Pope over in Rome. And every time you turn on the radio, that's all you could hear about. Every time you turn on the TV, that's all you could see. Oh, Lord, every newspaper had it right on the front line, right on the head. The Pope in Rome is dead. You know what? I had to stand over my mama, and all I could think about, listen, my mama, you know what? She lived for Jesus for about 60 some years. But you know what? She never made the radio. She never made the TV.
Never made the newspaper.
Never made the newspaper.
Well, but there was an announcement made,
Come on.
When that old mama of mine, when she closed her eyes, there was an announcement.
Come on.
Saying, sweet wine. Than everything the world could throw at me. I'm leaving this world.
Yeah, we are.
And I'm heading towards heaven's land.
Coming back.
And I want to say you brothers get into song while they begin singing. If you've got loved ones that's going on, I had to preach a funeral just a little while back. And you know what? I know the family very well. It was my wife's family. Every one of them living in sin. Might as well call it what it is. They delight in it.